guys, welcome to today's Big Brother Over the Top updates and spoilers. Our house guest today is Ian Armstrong. What's up, dude? Thank you so much for your support, and if you guys want to be house guests today like Ian, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so they had the Power Veto competition yesterday. It was another individually timed one, which means it took forever. So for this one, they had to make a domino trail with these like giant nuclear power plant dominoes, and they had to answer 3 questions along the way. They had 2 options for each question. I talked about it more in depth in yesterday's spoilers, so if you haven't seen that yet, you might want to check that out. But guess what? Shelby won the Power Veto. She is on a roll with these competitions right now. So, of course, the Ball Smashers were really excited about it, what's left of them. Morgan was really happy that Shelby won, but at the same time, she's like, what have I done in this game? You know, we're getting down to it here. You got to start thinking about how you're going to plead your case to, normally it would be the jury, but this time it's America, because America's voting in the end. And she doesn't really have much to show for herself right now. She won 1 veto. I mean, yeah, she was loyal to her alliance, but what is she going to say other than that? So then Morgan is like, I've got to win the next HOH to keep the both of us safe, and she hasn't given up yet on trying to convince Justin and Chrissy to throw the next HOH competition. So she's going to approach them and be all like, let me win the HOH so that I can take out Jason and you don't have to get any blood on your hands. Like, you don't have to turn on your alliance member. I don't think they're going to be cool with that. So then Justin goes up to the HOH room to talk to Shelby without Morgan this time. So Shelby's asking, like, you think everyone's still good with voting out Danielle? And Justin's like, yeah, I'm following through on our plan no matter what. You know, I agreed to do this. I'm going to stick with it. So then Justin's like, you know, for next week, though, if Chrissy wins the HOH, she's not going to put Jason up. And I'm taking that to mean, also, if I win the HOH, I'm not going to put Justin up. Jason. So Shelby's like, well, hopefully you or Morgan will win HOH then if Chrissy's not going to stick to the plan. So then Justin's like, yeah, I know I made a deal or whatever, but, like, I can't guarantee your safety and Morgan's safety. Like, it's going to have to be one or the other, so you pick one of the two of you for me to save. That's kind of shitty. But anyway, he's like, it's going to be too hard to protect both of you guys. So he's not sticking with the deal. But he's saying, Shelby, I'll take you to the end because I think you deserve it. I want to know in the comments, do you guys really think that Justin would take Shelby over Morgan? Because I feel like if Shelby makes it to the end, she's going to have a really good chance to win. Whereas Morgan is like, she's got 3rd place written all over her. No offense. So then Shelby's like, I get it. Like, I'm going to be real right now. I want to stay. I'm not about to, like, sacrifice my game for Morgan, so I appreciate you telling me that. So then Justin gets a little bit more in depth with the Chrissy and Jason dynamic. He's telling about how much Chrissy trusts Jason at this point, because this week Jason, we know, was throwing Justin and Chrissy under the bus, but he was explaining it to Chrissy and Justin as like, I was trying to make Danielle look like my pair so that they would target her, and I knew that I'd be going up on the block too, but I thought I'd be safe because I'd be up against Danielle, so like I was willing to put myself up on the block for you guys. So he was saying this was a way to protect Chrissy and Justin. And Chrissy was like eating this up, and Justin's like, I don't believe that shit. I can't trust him. So Shelby's like, oh my god, I can't, like, she said she felt bad for Chrissy believing Jason because Jason was throwing her under the bus. So then Justin leaves, Morgan goes up there, so Shelby's telling Morgan about the conversation with Justin, and she's like, we got a lot of work to do on Chrissy because she's got her head way up Jason's butt. How many times did I swap out Jason and Justin this season? A lot. Okay, so then Shelby conveniently leaves out the part about Justin saving her over Morgan. She did not share that with Morgan. All right. So then a little while later, Justin pulls Jason aside to chat. This is Paul and Polly all over again. Justin pulls Jason aside to chat, and he's like, yeah, so the girls freaking want me to help them take you out next week, and I don't know if I can trust you, but I don't want to do that, Bo. So he's telling Jason that he's next week's target. He had to know that anyway. But he's telling him, like, you should win HOH because I don't want to have to do that, and I'm going to be, you know, caught in the middle there if I do win HOH. So Jason's like, yeah, that's the plan. I definitely want to win now. So Jason's like, and honestly, with Danielle leaving this week, where am I going to go? Like, I have to stick with you and Chrissy, so don't be nervous about trusting me because he said he's got nothing else going on. So they hug it out. I still don't think that Justin really trusts Jason, but who knows? So then Jason, Chrissy, and Justin were chatting in the kitchen, and they were like, freaking next week, Shelby has got to go. I mean, they definitely want to get rid of one of the ball smashers, but Shelby is their primary target. She's won 2 HOHs and a POV, and they're speculating that she may even be a secret super fan. No. They're like, how does she know all this stuff about seasons that she said she didn't watch? I'm pretty sure Shelby did the whole Wikipedia thing before this season. But anyway, they're now thinking that she may have been the brains behind the Ball Smashers this whole time. And I would agree, like, yeah, she was one of the strategists, definitely with Alex, but she wasn't, like, running the show. But they're just like, she doesn't talk about the bungalow anymore. Like, what's going on? It was all a lie. Alright, so then Danielle and Chrissy were chatting late last night in the Tokyo room. And we haven't really seen too much campaigning from Danielle yet. It seems like she realizes that she's going home. She doesn't want to campaign against Jason. And I guess she realizes, too, it's pretty much pointless. So Danielle's like, I think Justin's going to vote to evict me. And Chrissy's like, that's a strong possibility. So then Chrissy says, I can try to talk to Morgan. And then there's like this really long pause because you can tell she does not want to do it. And she's like, but if Justin, Morgan, and America all vote for you to leave, then it doesn't really matter what I do, right? Which means I'm going to vote with everybody else and get rid of you. That's what that means. So then Chrissy's like, my suspicion is that they want Danielle out this week and Jason out next week. Yeah, because you were in on that plan. I think, you know, that's probably pretty accurate. All right, so then today, oh my god, Morgan had a little game chat with Chrissy. Remember how she said she was going to try and get Chrissy and Justin to throw the HOH? So she tells Chrissy, like, hey, I'm willing to take the reins next week and get rid of Jason. If you just want to, like, toss that HOH over my way, I'll take care of it. No blood on your hands. So Chrissy's just like, like, you know, she's not down with that plan. But then Morgan is like, I know that I broke your trust during your HOH week when Neely was up on the block and I voted her out. But now I want to tell you a little secret to gain your trust. Tell you that I'm really serious about this. So she says, Alex is my sister! Ah! So there was zero reaction from Chrissy. She was just standing there like, zero reaction. Finally, a few minutes later, she's like, thank you for telling me that. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So she didn't really have a chance to tell anybody yet. She couldn't get anybody alone because it was time for the power veto ceremony. So during this ceremony, Danielle was eating a donut. Are you surprised? Shelby used the power veto on Morgan, and there was no replacement nominee because Morgan was America's nominee this week. So that means that Jason and Danielle are still up on the block. Tomorrow is eviction night, and unless something crazy happens, Danielle is going home. Will she have a donut at the eviction ceremony? We'll see. But what do you guys think about this whole Morgan telling Chrissy her secret? Is she going to tell other people? And what will their reactions be? Let me know in the comments. And until tomorrow, much love.